Is Ali Carter being silenced?
I'm sure she is. I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy.
Put upon my spirit to issue out that invitation to a conversation with Ali Carter. And ever since then, it's been a...
Garter Child Protective Services was involved in my... I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there was children there.
People built these tunnels. There's a lot of elite celebrities. They go down there for parties underneath the Getty.
Denzel Washington, Beyonce Knowles, Ellen DeGeneres. Do you want?
See, when Ali Carter came back and, also addressed it.
Jaguar Wright is not backing down, and her latest revelations just sent a massive shockwave through the entire entertainment industry. She just dropped explosive news about what really happened to Ali Carter during her horrific abduction. And baby, the dark details she exposed leave little doubt as to why federal authorities took so long to act. It makes you genuinely wonder if law enforcement was just perpetually steps behind, or if powerful people were paying top dollar to make sure everybody looked the other way all these years. And the crazy part? This whole fallout comes right on the heels of an actual attempt on Jaguar Wright's life. But when that targeted attack failed to silence her, all eyes immediately shifted to Ali Carter, especially because Ali has been making an undeniable amount of noise lately, refusing to stay quiet about the trauma she survived. Now, I know most people automatically assumed Sean Diddy Combs was the sole force behind the curtain trying to erase Ali. But according to Jaguar, it's not just Diddy. The network of powerful figures trying to cover their tracks goes way deeper than a single rap mogul. Ali herself has been describing an absolute nightmare, telling her followers that she's being hunted down like an animal, stalked, tracked, and even physically attacked inside her own home. Back when Diddy's criminal trial was dominating headline news, Ali went on explosive Instagram live and started dropping names, dragging some of the most influential figures in Hollywood and the music business into the light. She alleged that individuals closely tied to Diddy have been operating a systematic ring, trapping young people, stealing them away, and forcing them into horrific, predatory situations that no human being should ever have to witness, let alone endure. Ali didn't stop there. She described horrific scenes, claiming victims were held in metal chains while ritualistic abuse was carried out. While she didn't pinpoint the exact physical locations where these acts occurred, she emphasized that she witnessed these events firsthand, and that the few who managed to escape were permanently broken by what they went through. And if you're sitting there wondering where these high-level predators were even acquiring young people without raising red flags, Ali dropped another bombshell. She claimed many of the victims were funneled directly out of the Child Protective Service system, or brought into the United States from developing third-world nations where no one would come looking for them. Now, obviously, these are extreme claims that are difficult to independently verify on the spot. But it's worth pointing out that the federal charges Diddy was arrested for explicitly included human trafficking, racketeering, and illegal transportation. So when you look at the official court indictments, the horrific narrative Ali is describing isn't actually that far off from what prosecutors have put on paper. And if you thought that was as disturbing as it gets, wait until you hear the rest of what Ali revealed about Diddy's infamous Freakoff parties. She detailed how Diddy would bring in young, vulnerable men and women, including herself, and subject them to days of nonstop coercion. But according to her, the young men at these events suffered a unique form of torture. They were strictly forbidden from eating a single bite of food for the entire duration of the gathering. The reason? Diddy allegedly didn't want anyone throwing up or needing to use the restroom while being abused. Ali described the harrowing protocol in her own words. When you have to do orders like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to starve yourself because when you have to do those types of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up. If you are a guy, you will mess up everywhere. Unfortunately for Ali, speaking this level of truth came with an immediate, terrifying target on her back. The industry has been monitoring her every move, and they clearly hate that she refuses to be quiet. She claims powerful operatives have been actively hunting her, trying to take her life, which is why she's putting everything on public record. Her logic is simple. If she suddenly turns up dead one day, she wants the world to know precisely who is responsible and why it happened. Recently, Ally hopped back on Instagram Live to reveal that someone allegedly tried to poison her. Shortly after, she live-streamed the horrifying wreckage of her home after a group of goons forced their way inside. Luckily, Ally wasn't home when the breach happened, so they didn't get the chance to assault her physically. But they made sure to leave a heavy message by completely thrashing the residents. If it were a typical burglary, intruders would have quietly stolen the high-value items and dipped. But turning a home inside out? That isn't theft. That's classic intimidation. That's a message saying, "We know where you sleep, and we can enter whenever we want." Ally admitted that at this point, she's actually far more terrified for her friends and family than she is for herself. She signed up to speak out, but her loved ones didn't. According to her, simply being associated with her puts people in immediate danger because of the high-level secrets she continues to expose. In an emotional, raw moment on her stream, Ally addressed the public and the commentators who turned her ordeal into internet drama. You get pressured, attacked, harassed, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who just want to argue back and forth. While people were arguing, we lost our home. Look at this. What once was a full house, a beautiful 3-bedroom home, it's gone. This is the price of speaking out. This is what happens when you tell the truth and stand up for the children. She broke down over the collateral damage, pleading with viewers to look past the entertainment factor and recognize the human cost. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I don't give a damn about money or numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing I care about right now is that there are babies in the way, people I love that I can't get out of harm's way. What are you supposed to do when the very authorities you're supposed to turn to can't be trusted? The moment Ally dropped these statements, the internet immediately connected her experience to Jaguar Wright. Because just like Ally, Jaguar has spent years laying out explicit details about industry abuse. And just like Ally, Jaguar claims she survived multiple attempts on her life for speaking out. But when physical threats failed to completely silence Jaguar, the tactics shifted to weaponizing the legal system against her instead. Right around the time Jaguar began publicly defending Ally, she was abruptly arrested and thrown behind bars for days. And what was the heavy charge used to lock up a major whistleblower? A rental vehicle. They locked Jaguar Wright in a jail cell over allegations that she failed to return a U-Haul truck on time. Let's be real for a second. When have you ever heard of a person sitting in jail for multiple days over a late U-Haul return? People commit major structural crimes every single day and never see the inside of a holding cell. We all know someone who has kept a rental past the due date and just paid the late fee. The fact that Jaguar was thrown in jail over a truck was a clear setup, a tactical arrest designed to rattle her and shut her mouth. During a broadcast after her release, Jaguar called out the obvious hypocrisy. Every time I've been arrested for something I didn't do, nobody asks why. Nobody says, why are they watching her get arrested just for bringing up the truth? They locked me up just for bringing up the facts. To illustrate just how terrifying these industry intimidation tactics really are, Jaguar recalled a night when armed intruders breached Hollywood legend Katt Williams' house while he was asleep. It remains unclear how Katt managed to escape that night alive, but according to Jaguar, the traumatic event left him so deeply shaken that he started wearing a Kevlar bulletproof vest to bed every single night inside his own home. Jaguar described the scene vividly. I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. Back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night, and he would have full body armor on. In his own bed. Can you imagine how terrified you have to be to strap on body armor just to close your eyes at night? In a recent full-length interview, Jaguar did not hold back. She slammed the mainstream media, pop culture blogs, and the general public for failing Ally Carter when she first came forward. Jaguar pointed out that when whistleblowers risk their lives to sound the alarm, the public rarely listens. They laugh, call the victims crazy, create memes, and scroll right past the videos. And as Jaguar made crystal clear, this is precisely how the industry operates. They don't even have to do all the dirty work to silence survivors, because the public does the silencing for them by treating real trauma, like cheap internet gossip. Reflecting on her own breaking point and her iconic appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored, Jaguar explained why she had to walk away from the mainstream entertainment world. The second that I decided I had to walk away was because I knew if I stayed, I was going to either be unalived or forced to unalive someone else. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's going to start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with no response. Isn't that exactly what we've seen happen ever since? The public response to these harrowing accounts has been overwhelmingly intense. Thousands of viewers have flocked to the comment sections demanding federal protection for survivors. One top comment reads, "All these witnesses should be kept in federal witness protection until every single one of these monsters is rotting in a cell." Another viewer added, "This is terrifying. Why doesn't anyone protect the people speaking the truth? This whole industry is beyond evil." Now, I want to turn this over to you. What are your real thoughts on Jaguar Wright putting her safety on the line to back up Ally Carter's claims? Do you think the constant threats and break-ins are the exact reason Ally has been forced to step back from the spotlight recently? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay safe, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates.